Let's make this quick, shall we? I dare say that will be enough for a decent set of bellows. Good girl. Faster! Time to fight. No holding back. Thanks, girl.
What's this all about, then?
Don't know. Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
This should be plenty. Right then, time to put these louds to work. If everyone pulls their weight, we'll be finished in no time.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it'd work. But it's hot enough, all right. And without a single crystal in sight.
You know what this means, don't you?
I do, yeah. Dravost is saved.
Sorry about earlier. I take back everything I said. That thing you built us is an honest-to-God's marvel. You saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. He oversaw the construction.
Give this to him, would you?
What is it?
Pet Cole's cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges. That there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer, which will do wonders for your steel. Our secret for yours. Only fair. I've always envied Blackthorne. Since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to match up to the bastard. No amount of sleepless nights at the Anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. He's a genius. Plain and simple. The man Dravosht needed. But he took all his talent and left. Gifted and free. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first. And that's not gonna happen.
Well, you know what they say. Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorne's got that twinkle back in it.
So would I.
I reckon he's going to be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us?
See that you both do.
All right. It'll be a night.
Rodriguez could have mentioned his spiders would be the size of curls.
Stay down!
Hopefully one will be enough. Rodriguez will have prepared the other ingredients by now. Gentlemen,
Yeah, well, the whole village turned out for a gun. Everyone except Zoltan has.
oh, but that reminds me.
Pit Gold Cinder? How'd you come by this? And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure. He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Huh. Imagine that. Yeah. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the Curse Breakers are trusting me with your lives. There's no greater honor for a smith than that. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness, but I will make good use of his cinder. And if that helps save even a single life, then he'll have my gratitude. What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he? Sounds like I better get to work. I've got a reputation to uphold.
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes, but I'm grateful all the same. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, about to put Zoltan back in his place.
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. It's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be. No use grumbling about it. Blackthorn's happy. Or isn't it?
To what do I owe the honor? So, what'll it be? And?
If it's knowledge you seek, we've...
Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
Thank goodness you're back.
Is this what you needed?
Yes, it is. I'm loath to give a patient a single dose, Doles, even. It may be a gentle way to die. I wish there was enough.
How are you feeling?
Light, mid-here. Drifting on waves.
Good. Just relax. Let the waves carry you to a better place.
Thank you, Daya. I'm so proud of you.
He's gone. Thank you, Rodrigo. And you, Clive?
I'll see that he's properly laid to rest.
The man you helped today was my mentor, back in the Southern Isles, on the front lines of some meaningless war. I was still a child when they shipped me to their triage tents, to treat the wounded with my gift. But in such blighted lands, I was next to useless. Until he taught me the true physicker's art, that is.
An art we would be lost without.
Tears of mercy were his gift to the bearers of the world. A respite from the agony of the curse's end.
And a kindness Sid would have approved of.
You know as well as I what life is like for a bearer soldier. Marched from one battle to the next, never knowing which might be your last. A commander may care nothing for the bearer spent in his service. But my mentor's gift gave the dying one fleeting moment of tranquility before the end. I've no tears left, Clive. I've seen too many of my friends taken. Something needs to change. And we need to be the ones to change it.
And we will. I promise.
I hope so.
Good girl.
Be safe.
Just any normal, could it? Right then. definitely anything but ordinary. Now, let's get this vine back to the yard.
Cole said it was an army of Akashic. What will happen to Mid and the others? He's a surly soaker. Who cares that?
Sid, I can't help but notice that your satchel is twitching in a most violent manner.
Yeah. It's your problem now.
What an amazing specimen. The flesh positively throbs with vitality. If I can successfully graft this to the Morganbeards... When I successfully graft this to the Morganbeards, I suspect the results will be immediate. I shall begin at... It is just as I hoped. Witness how the Morganbeards have taken to the blighted soil. How they bloom with heretofore unseen vigor. Why, I dare say such a vine graft would yield similar results when applied to other specimens as well.
I'm glad I could be of assistance.
You've not only helped us, Sid, you've saved us. Do you recall the extract with which I provided you before? I took a moment to distill some more, but this time with the petals from the invigorated Morganbeards. And would you believe? Its potency has nearly doubled. You must accept this phial as thanks for your assistance. The rest, I shall give to Taya.
Let me tell you...
All right.
Them rumours Wetlegs were spreading, might be they weren't just tale. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the Twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. and I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine, and I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint Gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find herself the richest dam in the Twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the Hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say, I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than Gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Or you'll have me to answer to. Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. You'll not find a better price than that. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
If it's knowledge you seek, we've...
I were right, Clive. My dad had it all worked out.
He'd be proud of you, Mid. His writings may have helped, but this achievement is all yours. Can we catch them?
The Ainayar's one of the largest, fastest vessels ever built. And it won't help she has the wind at her back. Any other ship would be hard-pressed to keep pace with her, let alone reel her in. But this isn't any other ship. This is the Enterprise! And the world's never seen anything like my dad's engine.
It certainly hasn't.
Clive, what do you know of Barnabas Thumb?
Only what the bards sing. That he sailed to Ash from southern lands. That it was his mastery of the blade which won him the throne. And that his sword, Odin's sword, can sever the very threads of creation. But don't lose any sleep over a last tilt. We'll do what we must to survive.
What we must.
The light!
I thought this cove was meant to be hidden.
Mid! Company!
Eh?
We'll hold them off until the ship is ready. But hurry!
Bollocks! All hands! Man your stations!
Everyone with me? Here they come! Mid needs every moment we can give her!
Behind me, Lord Westfield.
I'll take care of these fuckers. I'll have you know, earth-breaking here. One struck fear into the heart of every man in the Twins.
It's over!
About that offer, Cav.
How are we doing, Mid?
I thought you said that ship was fast. I haven't felt this alive in 20 summers! Come on, then! Which of you lot fancies meeting Ogre Killer next?
I thought it was called Heartbreaker.
Don't let the cockroach you carers. Without delay, and I'll be down if I'm going first.
Aye, aye, Captain!
That was easy enough.
All right, you lousy lot. Get your asses on board. She's ready to sail.
You heard the captain.
Clive.
But I thought he was...
Confounded. Then it is as I feared. Sleipnir is no man, but a creation of Odin.
Phoenix's fiery fundament. Have you no normal enemies?
Up for another round?
Of course we are. Right, Lord Rosfield? My boy, there was a time people called me the Executioner. Always an irons. No matter, heads will roll all the same.
Mate, new plan! You leave, we follow!
Follow? Swimming, are you? Oh, bugger me! Weigh anchor! Engine's dead slow ahead!
Have care, my friends. 'Tis not blood that runs through an Odin's veins. These foes will not fall easily.
But they will fall. Like oaks before a woodman's axe. Good thing I brought one!
How long are we meant to keep this up?
As long as it takes. Unless you have a better idea.
Well, I've already killed at least 5 of the bastards. Fuck it. Let's do the lot.
Should we make for the ship?
Not yet. Wait for my signal.
In your own time, Clive!
Right, run for it! Now, mate!
All right, engine full ahead! And hold on tight!
What do you want?
That's quite a mess you've made. And wholly unnecessary. You are my offering to Mythos. I would not see you damaged.
Now back to your stations! Every bell spent treading water puts another league between us and the galleon.
I don't suppose Mid has a spare engine? Since you rose from the grave, my fortunes have plummeted. Are you absolutely certain of this quest of yours, Clive? The foes you face are as terrible as they are numerous.
Aye, and they'd have us live and die on their terms, which should answer your question.
Ah! You have that same stubborn look as your father did when he set his mind to something. On the battlefield, I am but a single axe. A deadly one, mind, but a single one nonetheless. Yet what you require is 1,000, and I believe my old friend in Brandalar can provide them. Take care, Clive. I have many more tales of your father's exploits to share. And I cannot very well do that if you're dead. Again.
Good luck, Uncle. And may fair winds attend you.
As for you, Joshua, take care.
I shall do my best, Uncle.
Farewell, my nephews. When next you see me, it shall be with an army at my back. Oh, ooh, there. Ooh. Cheerio! Oh, yeah. Do keep up, my boy.
Well, we can't have him showing us up now, can we?
We would never hear the end of it.
Great God of mercy. All this. What have I done?
My lord. between here and Waloed. But any ship heading north has to round Zemeckis and put through the Narrow. Maintain our current bearing north-northeast, and we'll catch the Black Galleon before she vanishes again.
What's to prevent her from circling around Ash from the south?
With these winds in those waters, it'd take 'em forever and a fortnight to reach Stonehere.
Mid knows what she's talking about, Clive. Better than any of us lot, anyway. I say we do as she tells.
Sails on the horizon.
She's ours. Look alive, boys! Full ahead! And keep those furnaces fed!
Aye, aye!
Do you feel that?
Jill.
All hands! Battle stations! Let's see what this girl can do.
Where one leads, so does the other follow. The bond of consciousness which joins them condemning both to the same fate. Yet my every attempt to strike it from their hearts serves only to tighten its hold. Fascinating. But then, there is naught my blade cannot sever.
Great Grigor's gas!
Barnabas.
Hard apart! Heads down, you brutes! And brace for impact!
It's now or never.
I'll find her.
Bloody hell! How to stop it!
Where did you hide her, Barnabas?
To me!
It's over.
Bravo! No! There he is!
He wants him alive!
Hold on. I'm coming. For both of you.
Extra shepherds!
It's over. Stay down.
Who will steer the ship?
Let's try.
And only one.
Jill!
You came.
Get back!
Clive, how did you...
I'll explain later. Hands. Can you walk?
Out of here I can.
Stand still!
Phoenix. Are you not the dominant of fire? I see naught before me but a guttering flame.
In earnest, then.
Can you go on?
I think so. But to where?
What did you do to Joshua?
The Phoenix? Oh, I expect he will survive. This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation. And thus has my master turned to my blade. The world will soon be painted in black. And all that live shall gather in death's autumn wake.
Not if we remove the cause of this misery. Not if we destroy the last of the Mother Crystals and restore balance to the world.
Come. Do you truly think it's so simple? The Blight is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless march. Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering. You must embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept your place with the Lord.
Keep it. As long as there's a chance, there's a choice.
Ever led astray by your blind resolve.
Now,
It is time you learn the inevitability of your divine fate. However much it may hurt.
Get as far away as you can.
Clive, no.
Trust me, Jill.
We don't have to do this.
Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty. Rise with us. In the short time since our last meeting, you have grown much. Yet as a vessel, I fear my lord will still find you lacking. All this fire and fury, and for what? Stopping the Blight. A foolish notion fed to you by a foolish man.
How dare you?
You know naught of this world nor of our place in it. If our fates were so easily rewritten, we would all be gods. Sway you. There are other means of persuasion that might. Defend yourself. I shall cut you free. Cast off your chains. Assume the mantle you've been given. And thus is the light of hope severed. You would yield so soon.
Never.
Clive!
Do you not see? Your iron will weighs you down, dragging you ever further from your purpose.
And what is my purpose?
Mythos. Who are we? What are the dominants? The breath of the Creator still warm on our lips. We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name. We are but mighty acts of God.
We are more than that.
You would be nothing without what he has granted you. The power we wield is his, and yet every time we draw upon it, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us.
that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon. It is too much for even his chosen. And few. Apart from you, Mythos. You wield the might of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is that we dominants are a means to an end. We were created for you, that you might drink deep of our strength and thereby fulfill your divine purpose.
Which is?
To feed. As you would know, could you only look beyond the walls of your prison of self-regard. As long as you choose to ignore this, you shall never penetrate my defenses. Still, you may take solace in the fact that you are not alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of mankind, but there is yet cause to rejoice. For the Lord, in his mercy, has taken pity on his flawed creations, and shall see them restored to their proper forms.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God.
No.
Manners, Lord Rosfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
You mean to turn everyone Akashic?
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return to a world of quiet equality, where they might once more know salvation.
Salvation? And abandon everything we hold dear?
We don't need your salvation. We'll save ourselves, and we'll do it on our own terms. Not yours. And not your gods.
With every defiant expression of your will, the tighter the chains of consciousness become. But perhaps that fact may be put to use.
Clive!
The faster it binds you to the remaining dominance, the stronger your hunger will become. Until it leads you back to the only answer there ever was. Mayhap not by the path my master intended, but back all the same.
Ash is not far. I could freeze a path.
You're in no fit state.
Probably not, but I can try. Don't look back! I hope the others are safe.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap when we fell. They made it, Jill. And they will have seen the ice where it led. We need only wait till dawn. This is the second time Barnabas has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
And maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
So you believe? But do you really know me? If what Barnabas said was true, then I'm more monster than man. And each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Do you, though? Think of what you've used that power for. Of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill. What if that's my purpose? What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with. Always so eager to save everyone around you, and yet always so alone. Because you failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all. You, Clive. You. You never once took the time to save yourself.
Myself? I think I might be beyond saving.
No one is beyond saving, provided they want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Jill. Are you sure? If this is what you want. then.
Don't worry, Clive. It is. This burden, I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone. These burdens I carry, my sins, my pain, my sorrow, I see now that they are all a part of me. If I'm to continue on, having pledged my life to those I love, then I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
I promise you, Jill, we will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way to save each other. That we might one day look upon the moon again, together.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
I know. I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
No. Our paths will cross again soon enough. Whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last Mother Crystal.
The Einherja is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
Mid says Odin split the sea in two. She's always been partial to a tall tale. But there's tall, and then there's tall.
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherja, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
You sure that's wise? Last I heard, the place was still overrun with Akashic.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up the hideaway. But I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still, we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's hope so. I should visit Joshua, assuming Talia will allow it.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing at Aoife like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area's either turned or on the way to turning, apparently. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts. If something ain't done soon...
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. You reckon we should
No.
Yeah, well...
Covered in nicks and lumps.
Come back. The stew's awfully thin these days.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me. But I can speak to her at least.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts? I've never had anything.
Canva lost.
Can't be true. Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for a lesson?
How was she? The Enterprise, I mean.
Don't tell me.
Oh no, I'm working on bringing another one. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top. For let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. Only mithril engines get hotter. Trouble is, we won't be able to make it out. And I hear you once helped.
If it's for the good of the hideaway.
Oh, wait.
So,
we've got a couple of examples.
more fallen material. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine.
That's right. They're a bit like, and what's more, they're directional. Transferring heat. We've collected as many as we can. And I know.
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some...
That's it, and we're only 3 short. There's one up Amber Way, and another in the Silent South, over in Dalmekia.
All right then.
It'll do.
Ah, Clive, I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, as of those poor bearers, they've lived their whole lives in Sir. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. And if you're wondering why you, well, the Wagoneer's taking supplies at Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it. But I think even he's...
All right.
Thanks. Wouldn't there? That should be enough to...
Gizal Greens.
Not the most mouth-watering crop. Better that than something... And chocobos ain't exactly...
I'll take your word.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what... I'll go up there and...
I'm sure you will. Good girl. here. The whole village has turned. No need to ride from here. Time to fight. I'll need to deal with these ones first. Let's try. Not good. Let's try. Now to find this spherical echo. This is it. Right then. Just two more to find.
Ah, Lord Rosfield. What brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings, then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed. Only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde is closing in. They're coming, so wait, all of them.
Damn it all, I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek, a veritable legion of them. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest...
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. Though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians. What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and...
You're right, my lord. I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool! Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rosfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best.
You're going to lure them into...
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so by coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, with luck, that point will be the village square. And for you and I to finish.
A sound plan. But one that'll require I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade. Please.
Ha! And...
Sir Wade! There!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, each shielding the other that no man might...
For Rosaria! For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too, then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes. I will not let this village fall. Get up! Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rosfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been
Well, the better half of her guarded. So wait, how many...
Hard to say. My men are still facing... I could order a detachment.
No. You stay here too, so I'll go after the curl. Join me only when Eastpool is...
If you're sure, may the Founder protect you.
One's mine.
with me, Torgal. All right. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rosfield, the Curl,
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. We were able to eradicate the... I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further... I hesitate to say it, but...
I think it might.
We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friend.
No, Sir Wade. You brought us together.
We never had nothing to call our own, but now we do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade, but there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now. We have to fight to protect what...
And we shall. This is our home.
They'll have us to answer.
Come on, then.
This village isn't gonna rebuild it.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he was still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now, too.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud, all the same. I'll have to pull my weight, too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought...
Can we continue to count on your support?
Of course. Us Rosarians have got...
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get... I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right.
Lord Rosfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
Sir Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
The hero returns. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but...
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you take it.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again. And a home to free bearers.
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge, though I suppose the rest ain't much different. You know, bearers living free like that. Reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful, anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. To make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
How do? There you go. Much obliged.
Everything's back the way it was. I don't know how they did it.
I do.
Take that, you naughty thief!
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure? I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought...
Since all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and firmly at the helm. Our store's just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalimil. Because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalimil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front, and they have formed what one could call, and they grow more organized.
We'll fight them all off just like last time. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, the longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will. Our best hope is to, by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet, perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might...
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the... I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from...
I'll go and speak with...
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor? That's easy. One of them swings a sword, the other forges them.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
Clive!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves.
Well done.
Welcome back. I'd never have guessed, you know. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice, unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. So then, not enough for us two to turn in.
Then your idea of an apology. Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was...
But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, he left it to me. The best blacksmith. Bloody stupid tradition in my... If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't...
So you wasted half of mine?
You're what Dravost... Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once
Fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clive. Short enough on time. Still, give us a mo, would you?
We can't afford to...
Right you are. Don't want any nasty surprise. Oh, and... Blackthorn.
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. They'll wash right over us if we stay out.
Good idea.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. Once the scouts are inside, no heroic last stands, you hear me?
August's right. The people here are tough and willing.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate, but it won't come to that. Take good care of Dravost till I get back.
Leave it to me. And give those things what for, yeah?
Which one of you's first? slow. To me, blades! It's over. Is that it? Apparently not. They're not getting past me. question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall, but we got the bastards, don't...
Good.
In time, yeah. But we can...
Cid! Enough to give those Akashic monsters but mostly, I felt grateful.
I'm afraid I've only there's no getting rid of Eddie, meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines...
And that's if the flood don't spread. I hate to say it, but the village...
That may be. With ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than it. We'll fortify the gate, and I'll see that they're guarded.
All right.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you, so...
I shouldn't have stayed away so long.
Too bloody... I always envied you. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd have been the death of this place.
Finally. I hope you see the sense of it eventually.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy, even. Our work used to be the pride of Dhalmekia. Now, we churn out the same... It's not about the craft. I wouldn't send my sons to... I've kept working, honing my skills. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft. Come back to us, Blackthorn. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means...
That's a kind offer. There's people who trust their lives to my... But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's...
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in.
I never thought I'd see the...
I'd say that went pretty well.
Even better than I'd hoped.
Cid.
And this is?
A token of a... But designs for a certain sword have been part...
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in... I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel. But the engravings on that thing... And they're not just for shot.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Drav? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs between the two of us.
Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan...
As long as he can keep our seat.
Right. Zoltan.
With a little help from Black...
Come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of happy nuts and all.
We were just about to make a start on that.
It's funny, but... You remember Camille? We'll be using his level work. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, and that whetstone from the Outer Isles. And the final flourish will be my...
A team effort.
Now, save that. Right.
To the bellows it is, then.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
The sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I, trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsmen alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok.
That's a weapon I'd like to see.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start...
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past.
Then tap the...
What do I owe the honor? I never, and if it hadn't been for you... What do you want? Anything else?
The stew's awfully thin these days.
Everything's back the way it was. I don't know how they did it.
I do. With a hell of a lot of hard work.